And the dancer with the least amount of votes is Exotic Bird.
Oh my gosh! Jennifer Hudson on The Masked Dancer.
Eve.
Nice. Ashley Graham.
Jordan Sparks. Jordan Sparks. Wow.
Take it off! Take it off!
Sparks were flying when the exotic bird was revealed on The Masked Dancer. Get it, you guys? But anyways, in this week's episode, we discuss our favorite performances, the special announcement about the Masked Singer, and Kyle finally exposes the celebrity behind the Tulip. So stay tuned. Hi, I'm Mel.
And I'm Kyle.
And welcome to the Talent Recap Show. All right, you guys, it was another great week on The Masked Dancer. Almost said singer, but yes, it's dancer.
That was close.
Kyle, I missed you last week, but I'm glad to be back this week.
I know I didn't want to call you out for being a little rusty since you missed a week, but it's good to have you back, and you just celebrated a birthday, so happy birthday, Mel.
Thank you. Aquarius season. You know, if you want to wish me a happy birthday, drop a comment below. I'll appreciate all the love, and let me know if you're an Aquarius too, because I love Aquariuses. But anyways, let's get into the show, you guys. It was a great week, Kyle. This is probably one of my favorite weeks.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I think we're to the point in the competition where everyone left is really good at dancing, and so I think that makes the show so much more fun to watch. And we got a pretty crazy reveal, which a lot of people, you know, were coming at me in the comments when we revealed Exotic Bird. So when she was finally revealed and we were right, it's just that chef's kiss moment.
First of all, let's just give you a round of applause because Kyle, once again, you got it right. You guys, if you missed Kyle's reveal, Exotic Bird was none other than Jordan Sparks, who was also revealed in this week's episode. I mean, listen, even Paula Abdul knew that it was Jordan Sparks. She was like, I know the way that she moves. I know the way that she presents herself on the stage. I was not very shocked because of you, but I was happy to see this reveal.
Yeah, and again, we've talked about this before, but Paula Abdul is doing great with her guessing this season. And obviously, she has a personal relationship with Jordan from when she was on American Idol. And so she really called this a few weeks ago. And, you know, got to give props to Paula, too.
I really like how she's kind of like the OG of the panelists right now. She's the one that's like, listen, you guys can play around, but I'm going to get these guesses right. Let us know how you feel about Paula Abdul as a panelist and, of course, the other ones. All right, Kyle, so let us know, who was your favorite performance of this week's The Masked Dancer?
My favorite performance this week was from Cotton Candy. So I thought this performance was really fun. It was something different. I mean, she came out from literally backstage dancing to Tchaikovsky, and, you know, she starts doing ballet, and then once she takes the stage, she does a little twist on it. We see some kind of hip hop movements going on. And so I thought this was a really fun performance and really unique from really anything else we've seen this season.
I loved this performance. I love the theatrics of it. It really felt like a show. I was getting into it. I love how there was the storyline, and her moves were amazing. So I couldn't agree with you more that this was one of the best performances of the night.
Yeah, she's definitely talented. You know, ever since we revealed her last week, we've had a lot of people in the comments questioning if we're right or not. So I just want to hear from everyone out there. Do you still disagree with our guest? Did the clues this week solidify that for you? Let us know in the comments.
You know, I always agree with you. And I feel like this week it showed off more of her personality too. And it's so giving who it is. But if you missed it, make sure you check last week's episode so you can find out. But I'll get into my favorite performance of the week, you guys. It was none other than Sloth, who was dancing to Twist remix. All right, speaking of different things happening in this week's episode, we had a whole Bollywood routine, which I found was amazing. I love how Sloth kind of represented the Indian dancing sensation. I love those routines, and I love just watching Bollywood movies, so it was amazing.
Yeah, and you know, it's one of those funny things where originally Sloth was being really goofy on stage, and he still kind of has that goofiness. He's just clearly having so much fun in all of his performances. But, you know, I think week after week, we start to see just how talented of a dancer he was. And this week, you know, he pulled off some moves that clearly prove that this is someone with some dancing skills.
I definitely agree with you, because even though he had a bunch of fun, some of the lifts and the turns, I'm like, you're a professional dancer. You're someone who's used to the stage, and it's very clear. I feel like he's trying to throw us off with the fun moves and stuff, but you're not fooling us. You're not.
Not fooling us.
All right, just to recap, you guys, we are now heading out with our final four. So our final four is Sloth, Cotton Candy, Zebra, and Kyle, who else am I forgetting?
And Tulip.
Tulip, yes. Now, Kyle, a lot of people in the comments are kind of pissed at you. They want to know who Tulip is. But a little birdie told me that you have one character left to reveal in this week's show. So who is it going to be, Kyle?
Yep, it is finally time. We are going to expose the Tulip.
Okay, everyone has been waiting for this, Kyle. I'm ready to find out from you who the Tulip is. So let's just get into it. Let's drum roll. Drum roll.
And the Tulip is Mackenzie Ziegler.
Okay, Kyle, you already know. A lot of people in the comments have been saying this, but we want to know why it's Mackenzie. Take it away.
All right, well, we have a lot of clues to go through, so let's jump right into it. First of all, we've seen a lot of clues about TikTok and social media, and Mackenzie has a big social media following. Then we saw an 11 in the first clue package referenced a few times. Mackenzie Ziegler was on Dance Moms, which started in 2011, so that's when she was kind of first on the scene. She also talked about being bullied, which Mackenzie Ziegler has talked about before. She mentioned being a triple threat. And you know, we saw clues about the Glee Club and the Acrobatics Club and all of this. And Mackenzie is a singer, a dancer, and an actress, among many other things. We also saw a ticket in the first clue package that said ALDC, which is pointing to the Abbey Lee Dance Company, again from Dance Moms. We also saw the Tulip click her heels together, which was a nod to Wizard of Oz. And Mackenzie Ziegler was in a stage performance called The Wonderful Winter of Oz. So there's the connection there. She was also under a rainbow. We also saw more clues about Stranger Things, and you know, people were talking about it maybe being Millie Bobby Brown. But Mackenzie and her sister Maddie are friends with Millie Bobby Brown, so that clue, those clues check out as well. And then one thing in the first clue package, we saw this bowl of food, which I originally thought was scrambled eggs, but then looked at it a little longer, and it was actually mac and cheese, which again is a nod to her name, Mackenzie, Mac.
Boom.
And then in the second clue package, we saw a pyramid, and pyramid was like the ranking system that they used on Dance Moms to, you know, gauge how well the dancers did. So that was an allusion to that. We also saw an eclipse, and that is a reference to the show Total Eclipse, where Mackenzie stars as Cassie. She also talks about how she hates competing, and Mackenzie Ziegler, you know, as part of Dance Moms, was constantly in competition, and a lot of dance competitions, just being a professional dancer in general. She also held up a mother-daughter dance photo, another Dance Moms nod there. And then there have been some clues with her talking about Frozen and ice and talking about being a princess. And Mackenzie voiced Ice Princess Lily in a movie called Ice Princess Lily. So again, that's one that's kind of driven people to think that this might be someone associated with Frozen. Not quite, but close.
Almost.
Yeah, and then a few more clues. So we saw in tonight's clues a PB&J, which is Mackenzie's favorite food. We also saw a bag of chips, and she famously said this quote on Dance Moms where she said, like, I just want to stay home and eat chips. And so that was something that pointed directly to her. We also heard a mention of a slumber party, and there was a Dance Moms slumber party special. And she also has a song called Girl Party, because again, she is a musical artist and a singer. And finally, before the season started, we got some clues on Instagram relating to Christmas. And her clue was that she dances like it's Christmas the entire year. And one of Mackenzie Ziegler's songs is called Christmas All Year Long. So all those clues together with her voice, with her body type and height, just perfectly point to the Tulip being Mackenzie Ziegler.
Listen, Kyle, I don't feel anyone can debate you on this, but you know, I'm going to open up, you guys. Let us know in the comments below. Do you agree or disagree with Kyle? A lot of you seem to agree with Kyle, but I want to hear from someone who doesn't, and why. Let us know. What are the differences that you see that clearly we don't? But hey, Kyle, thank you for that rundown. You have revealed all the characters this season. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling really confident about who we have left. I'm also excited because we've recently learned that The Masked Singer is coming back for a season 5 in March. So I'm ready to get my detective hat on again and start it all up again in just over a month.
Listen, Kyle, I'm so excited for it too. Listen, The Masked Dancer has been good, but it does not compare to The Masked Singer. I think we can all agree. Let us know in the comments below. Are you excited for The Masked Singer? Who do you want to see in season 5? I'm still waiting for Paris Hilton. It's been about 3 seasons now. But you know what, Kyle, speaking of comments, let's get into our comment of the week. Every week we choose one of your comments from a previous video and shout you out, love and or hate, because we love you guys. And this week's comment comes from Bart Headlud, who says, as soon as I heard Cotton Candy speak in her real voice, I knew it was Gabby Douglas. I have heard her in multiple interviews over the years and recognized her voice right away. Listen, I gotta agree with him. If you know Gabby, if you've seen a Gabby interview and you heard that little word up, you know it was her.
Yeah, and I think that's an interesting point that Bert brings up. Thank you for the comment, but I think it's one of those things where initially we were like, are these one-word clues going to help us at all? Like actually just hearing their normal voice? But it really does. I mean, I think if nothing else, it rules out people who it can't be. And, if you're deciding between a few people, sometimes that voice can be kind of the nail in the coffin on who your prediction is.
I absolutely agree. It's really helpful in the elimination process. If you know someone's voice and it sounds nothing like them, it is probably not them. So I agree. I'm here for the word up situation. But if you guys want to be featured as next week's comment, make sure you drop a comment below and we might choose you. All right, Kyle, I think it's time for us to wrap up this week's episode. Let everybody know where they can find you on socials.
Yeah, I'm Kmont Pleasure on Instagram and Twitter.
And you can find me at _MELBAE on Instagram, Twitter, but also make sure you're following Talent Recap on all social platforms. That's Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. You are on YouTube right now. Click the subscribe button at Talent Recap on all platforms. But I think it's time for us to say, and that's our Talent Recap.
Hey, what are you doing tonight? Well, I think you should hit that subscribe button down below and then we can talk.